So, I used to be really worried about little problems, little inconveniences, and that just used to drive me crazy all the time. Why? Because I would be on to fixing all of those. I just wanted my life to be perfect. I couldn't stand a problem existing in my life. But over time, I realized that problems are always gonna be there. Problems are not the problem, they are a feature of life, not the bug. But the thing is, you gotta focus on the problem that you want to solve that will improve your life 10x, 100x. That's the kind of problems you need to go for. And the single quote that helped me distinguish the problems that I want to solve and the problems that don't really matter is this. It is if it won't matter in a year from now, it ain't a problem. And that's where I realized that if I am worried about my health, if I'm worried about my protein intake, if I'm worried about not having the right amount of time to myself, I'm worried about the environment I'm in, well, all of those problems will be solved as soon as I fix my finances. And so, if I can make that happen in a year, all of those problems won't really matter. And that's where it hit me. That's where I learned that you don't need to worry about everything. You need to worry about the right thing and worry enough about it that you go fix it, and everything else, it will take care of itself. Trust the process. Just trust the process. That's it. So, I've had this philosophy for like forever that you should strive to maintain your own level. People will always try to bring you down to their level, but you need to position yourself in such a way. You need to be in such a place that they cannot do that, that they cannot affect you, that they cannot get you to react. You need to be proactive, and that's where I get this. So, the key lesson here is to continuously strive to maintain your integrity, to maintain your level, and you cannot do that by letting people take advantage of you all the time. That will eat into you, obviously, and it will make you bitter from the inside out. That is not maintaining your integrity. You need to give only to the people who are deserving and not give to the people who do not deserve even a bit of you or your world or your attention. Reserve them for you and the people who deserve it. Just ignore people who do not deserve you. Don't be around them, don't talk to them, don't listen to them, don't. And if they try to initiate a conversation with you, keep it as short as possible. You don't owe them anything, you don't owe them an explanation, and get rid of any leftover desires for them, because those can trigger you in the wrong way emotionally and get you to react. Learn to control your mind. A big part of growing up in life is making your own decisions and living with the consequences of those decisions. I made mine and I will live with the consequences as well as the fruits of my decisions. So I know it's going to be hard for me, and it is hard, but I'm on it. After days and weeks and months of hitting my head against a wall, I realized that there will be those moments where you will be overwhelmed with the amount of work you have to do, and you will see darkness ahead. You won't be able to see a clear picture, a clear path ahead. But that's fine, because if you are creating something, you gotta go with the vision, not with the complete picture. Because if you have the complete picture, that is not you creating something original, that is actually you copying somebody's else's work. And you have, if you have the complete picture of how you want your life to go, well, you're not creating your own life, you're actually copying somebody else's life. And so that one thing changed my perspective on how I was viewing my life. I'm not lagging behind, I'm at the top of my game, and I'm just crushing it in my life. For me personally, that's the truth for me, and I can speak my truth. So here it is. So with that, I overcame a lot of my overwhelm, and I made it to posting my first thread on Twitter after a really long time, which I really put the work into. And for that, I realized that after posting, it felt really great. Not the results, but the actual act of posting it, the actual act of starting to finally work towards it. And that made me realize you just need momentum. You need to create that momentum, and that's why I've made this commitment right off the bat today. I won't stop now, because if I stop, I kill the momentum. I need to boost it so that it boosts me. And with the loop of the boost that me and my momentum will create, consistency will become pretty easy. The lesson in there is just go with momentum, find your flow, and create your life. Sometimes it's pretty hard to keep going, and that's because the world around me, it tires me out. It just does everything to kill all hope and believe that one day it will work out. But with my determination, I always manage to beat it. But I don't think it's just belief and hope and determination that helps me to keep going, because sometimes it's just way beyond that. It's hard to keep going always, especially when you have nothing much going on for yourself. The only thing in your life that's working is yourself, and that's what my life looks like. So it's hope, it's belief, but more than that, it's momentum that is helping me to keep go in these times. Because if it weren't for momentum, if it weren't for progress, I wouldn't be able to see myself where I am right now. And just knowing that you are giving in to your dreams, you are giving it your energy, your time, your focus. And so, if you are holding your end of the deal, I'm sure over the time, after the formulation and the processing has been done, there will be an output, and that will be the result that I want for myself. So, yep, it's tough. I won't lie, it's tough right now, especially after the time it has been. 2024 March was the last, after which I completed school, or rather dropped out of school, and now here I am. So yeah, it's been a lot of time. Yeah, I have been questioned. Yes, I have been ridiculed and mocked. And yeah, my family has been skeptical about it, especially my mom. But I'm not giving up. And I'll make everyone who ever believed in me proud. Starting with the people closest to me. So no matter how long it takes, I will not let anything put me down. And I will not stop speaking my mind, because if I let the fear of being judged hold me back, well, then I let others control my choices. Because if you do something, people will have something to say. If you do nothing, people will still have something to say. So I want to be judged for taking action rather than inaction. I want to be judged for documenting my story, for speaking my mind, rather than never coming on and not being able to speak my mind. It's going to be September in 3 days, and I hope to make it.
Great things take time. And yeah, I get it that what I'm doing will take time. But somehow I find myself in the place where I'm upset with myself for not making it, not being able to figure it out up until now. And yo, I like anyone who is out there fighting their own battles might be able to relate. But the thing is, you're just one person, one human working on so many problems. And the thing is, if you start counting your problems, there are endless problems. So I think there's always reason to be happy with yourself. There's always reason to be in a good mood. There's always a reason to give yourself joy, the gift of joy. And so I think it's more of a conscious choice than circumstance. And yeah, I have been again banging my head against things that I have been not able to figure out. It's been like a week and I haven't been able to figure out a couple of ideas I've been writing about. And yeah, I usually write on my phone, but like it got so messed up that I had to get down to using a notebook. And that's funny to me, but the thing is, if you know that you are pursuing your dream, there is no wrong in that. And as long as you're doing that and that alone, you are on the right path and you should be happy about it. And you don't need to doubt yourself because that job is for the people and they're doing it for free. So you may as well use your time and energy to believe in yourself, root for yourself, and actually fuel your dreams, fuel your goals by taking action. It's hard and all. I get it. I completely get it. It's not just for me. For anyone who's doing anything out there, who's trying to do anything, it's hard. Being an entrepreneur is hard. Being a student is hard. Being a sportsman is hard. If you are doing anything worthwhile with your time, with your life, it will be hard. And it's the thing that it's worthwhile because it is hard. Now, don't get me wrong, not all hard things are worthwhile to get, but these things, they are worth their value and worth the time you are investing in them. So just go for it. As long as you know that you're doing what you want to do rather than what others have told you to do and what others expect you to do, you're on the right path. Because if you are doing what others expect you to do and what people around you, society, your parents have told you to do, you're not really true to yourself. And in the game of life, you will lose that game because that is not yours. You're not playing your own game, you're playing somebody else's game. So figure it out for yourself. And if you're doing that, if you are trying to, if you're just trying, be in a good mood, because trying is a reason good enough to be in a good mood.
Happiness is not objective, it's subjective. So, what will make you happy is something that's entirely indefinite. It cannot be answered by somebody else other than yourself, because only you will truly know what will make you happy. But to try to find happiness, to try to understand how you can be happy in a more general perspective, you can look at the people who are happy and look at a lot of them and find the patterns in their life, at what they do, how they live, what their day-to-day life looks like, and then you can try to bring that into your life to replicate the happiness from their lives into yours. But that will obviously not guarantee that you will be happy, because happiness is subjective to you. How you will be happy is something you will have to find out on your own for yourself. So it's been a month now, and I injured the ligament attaching my big toe to my foot, and so that's something I'm tending to right now with ice water. Most of the ice has melted, but the water is pretty cold, and it's more like rapid heating than rapid cooling for 5 minutes on each side of the temperature spectrum. So first it's cold water, then it's hot water, then it's cold water, and it continues for 5 minutes each. Now, what I am taking away from all of this situation is things are not always going to be alright. No matter how good you perform, you will have bad times, you will have downtime, and things won't go as planned. So you can make the most of every situation and enjoy the sunshines, because the night will come.